Akashawani Mangaluru presents Voices from the Bookshelf in collaboration with Bookaholics Mangaluru. Dear listeners, Voices from the Bookshelf is a literary program where members of Bookaholics Mangalore will talk about a book that is very close to their heart. In today's Voices from Bookshelf, we bring you an interview with C.A. Hasta Narayan, who is a co-founder of Bookaholics Mangalore.
Dear listeners, welcome to the show. Akashawani Mangalore, in collaboration with Bookaholics, is launching a new series. It's called Voices from the Bookshelf. So, who are those Bookaholics? Or rather, what is Bookaholics? So, we have with us Hasta Narayan. Ma'am, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
So, first of all, we would like to know who are Bookaholics or what is Bookaholics?
All right, so basically Bookaholics is a club for the book lovers of Mangalore. It was initially started on 21st October 2018 by two chartered accountants. That is me and my senior colleague CA Dara Thakur. In fact, Dara was the one who initially came up with this idea, because we saw so many book blogs on social media and book clubs in other metro cities like Bangalore and Mumbai. And she kind of felt, why not have something like this in Mangalore? So after a week or so, she contacted me and she said, hey, I saw this concept of a book club in some other Instagram pages. And I just thought, why not have something like this in Mangalore? And yeah, I'm a 90s kid. And basically, we are the generation that saw the transformation from the pre-smartphone era to the post-smartphone era. And we kind of realized that, it's been a long time since we actually read books. Our reading day started with Enid Blyton and J.K. Rowling when we were in middle school. And then when we looked back, we saw that after the smartphone era started, especially the latest iPhones and Androids with multiple apps, we haven't been reading like before. I mean, everybody knows, right? It's a universal truth that the digital media is a total addiction now. So, we kind of thought, okay, let's bring back the habit of reading. Old is gold, So nevertheless, we came up with this idea and, we started this book club at her house with just 5 friends. That's her friends and my friends. And our first meeting was on a Sunday evening over a cup of coffee. One of the reasons why our tagline today is coffee, books and more, because our first meeting was over a cup of coffee. And, we were thinking of so many names for this club, and finally we also had to see a name which Instagram would approve for us, and Bookaholics was one such name. So we titled as Bookaholics, and it's very sentimental for us, which is one of the reasons why we have not changed it till today. So it started off with just 5 friends discussing Secret 7 and Famous 5 again. Because just imagine, we had such a long gap, after our school days. It's like we were never reading books once the smartphone started. And after 2 months, the group kind of grew a little bigger. And our second meeting was on December 2018, December 29th, if I'm not mistaken, during the Christmas holidays at one of the cafes in Mangalore. That's when the group grew to 20. So, that's when another idea flashed in our minds. Why not make this a largest reading community in Mangalore instead of a club just for a few readers? Let's involve people who want to kickstart the habit of reading. Let's support local libraries, bookstores, and kind of bring back the habit of reading in Mangalore. But like any social group or organization or even a profitable business, there are always hiccups in the beginning, right? As soon as you start, it's not going to take off in one go. So we had a few people leaving the group thinking, yes, reading is boring now, this is not going to work out. And then the pandemic happened. And after just few meetings, Dara moved to Mumbai. Second lockdown was a very stressful period for many. Later in 2022, when businesses were reviving, people were getting back to work and, the world was getting back to normal. I thought, why not revive this book club again? But then I was a little skeptical about it because, see, there was a long pause post 2020. But then I was like, why not give it a try? There is no harm in trying. Either you fail, either you fly. It's not going to be wasted. Your efforts are never going to be wasted. So, I just called up a few existing members in my club and we got offers from one of the cafes for collaboration. They said, why not, come here? And it actually worked. The second time when we gave it a try, it kicked off. And, from a group of 20, in no time within a year, we became a group of 200 plus readers in Mangalore. So what started as a friendly group of 5 friends on 21st October 2018 is kind of like a full-fledged book club in Mangalore, where we have monthly meetings where people get to review the books that they have read, and we have silent reading events in the open air, either at a garden or at a private space like Kadri Rocks, where people who want to kickstart the habit of reading, or they don't, there are too many distractions at home, so they just come and spend 1 hour on a Sunday morning reading. We collaborate with libraries, we collaborate with bookstores, and yes, we also host events in Mangalore. Like recently we had the poetry event and we had the authors meet. There are so many authors in Mangalore, local authors who don't get recognition, or who did not have a platform to promote or talk about their books. So we made it a platform even for writers, publishers, poets, everybody now.
How can someone take membership of your group? Like, are there any membership fees or membership procedure, something like that?
Absolutely nothing, because when we started Bookaholics, we were very clear that it's going to be a no money involved club. It was totally a volunteering group, so there is absolutely no membership fee here. All you have to do is RSVP to the number that we have mentioned on the website or on our Instagram platform. The meetings are free of cost. The silent reading events are free of cost. Only if we have events in collaboration with cafes or bigger forums, we might collect a nominal registration fee. But we don't have any income or returns from it. The entire fee that is collected is spent towards the expenses of that particular event. So we have absolutely, it's totally a no money involved club. It's purely for the joy of reading.
As you said earlier, like these days, people are busy with the mobile phones or reels and all. So do you think that is a challenge for your club?
That's a very good question, to be honest. And the funny part is, look, we started this club to kickstart the habit of reading, right? To stop ourselves from getting distracted with this digital media. But today's days are such that even this book club has to be promoted on social media. Yeah. So, but we have no choice. That's the norm, right?
Yeah.
So, yes, to be very honest with you, when we collected feedback, like after every meeting or silent reading event, we take a feedback from our members, especially during our silent reading events, on how they felt for that 1 hour of reading. See, there is no competition in the club, okay? Like somebody has to finish 1 book or 2 books or 10 books. No, even if you have read 2 chapters, it's okay, but just read, keep it going. So every time we collect a feedback from our members, the common feedback that we get is, because during our silent reading events, we have 3 steps. First, pick a comfortable spot. You can sit on a chair, you can sit on the porch, or in the garden, you can just put a mat and sit amidst the nature. A second step is, you pick your favorite book, read whatever you like. Even if it's a newspaper, it's fine. There is no such thing like you have to read fiction or non-fiction or fantasy, whatever you like. Because see, we believe that taste and preferences are different. It differs from person to person. And the third most important thing is digital screens away. Phones, all distractions should be away, okay? And that is the thing. After the silent reading event, everybody gives us the same feedback. The main distraction is the phone. When we are at home, we have this thing, we feel uncomfortable when the phone is not on the side table or on the bedside table next to us. So whenever we are reading, after every 5 minutes, our hand goes to the phone, we automatically touch the phone and we check WhatsApp, we check Instagram. So you're right about that. Yes, the digital media can be a bit of a block or distraction for people, to be consistent with the habit of reading. And this is not something that I'm sharing from my own experience, but this is like a genuine feedback that I've got from my own members. As a co-founder, I make it a point to take their suggestions on, how best we can work to improvise or help them, and everybody gave the same feedback. It's not the ambience or indoors or outdoors. The major thing at home is every time the phone keeps ringing. For example, now when I'm talking to you, my phone is in flight mode. So this is the rule at Bookaholics reading events as well. Please put your phone on silent or flight mode, and yes, that is a major distraction.
Okay. So now, what are the future goals of Bookaholics? What are you planning to do next?
Yes, see, until now, we always had the what next phase in our mind. Because first, when we started Bookaholics, like I already told you, we were a group of a few friends, very well-known people, we all knew each other well. And later, the next thing for me was what more can we do? Because first, the initial Bookaholics was just monthly review meetings. Everybody had to come and review the book that they have read. Then we tried, see, when I revived Bookaholics, first we got collaboration for an event at a beach festival, And that's when I realized that there were many Gen Z kids also who wanted to join my group. And see, what next? How do I take it forward now? So that's when I decided I had to build a core team. And yeah, I'm still there as a co-founder, looking after the major and overall affairs of the club. But, I have Sharon, Bhagya, Ananya and Anup with me who have taken varied responsibilities, be it the library or the events and social media. And Anup takes care of all the tech work and the meetings. So, that was the next phase. Like from monthly review meetings, I went to events, and the next one was building a core team so that I can take more collaborations, because people from Mangalore also, when we went out and we networked with them, they had a lot of expectations, and that was the whole idea, right? To meet the expectations of the writers, readers of Mangalore. So, the 3 phases of Bookaholics. Then the 4th one was, when I saw the page of Mumbai Bookies and Kabban Reads where they had silent reading events, and, the 4th one was when we started the silent reading events. And then what next? So now we have started supporting libraries and, like I said, poets and authors. So, our next goal of Bookaholics is, because now we are set. Unlike before, initially it was just one person running the club. Then it was 2 people running the club. Now we are a core team of 6 to 7. So, my core team and I meet frequently at coffee shops or restaurants, dinners and lunches. And our next plan is, not to just limit it to certain events or focus on certain groups. We want to take this forward and help more, identify maybe certain schools or colleges, either government schools or colleges, and help them set up libraries. We have already conducted a book donation drive where we have collected books for children and donated it to an orphanage. Our next goal is, to actually make these books accessible to people who cannot even afford to buy books. See, everything is expensive these days, right? The standard of living has raised, and the books are also very pricey, and we have to accept that not everybody comes from the same financial background. So our next goal is this. We have already supported authors, writers, publishers and poets. So now we are still working on this project. Our next goal is to set up a reading space in Mangalore and make these books accessible, the kind of books we are reading, to most other people who are unable to have access to these books, or cannot afford to buy books, because we really believe that reading can change a lot of things.
Okay, now coming back to our Voices from the Bookshelf, a new series now. So what can our listeners expect from this?
Yes, once again, Voices from the Bookshelf. See, this is something similar to what we do when we meet on Sunday mornings. Our monthly meetings are always on the 3rd Sunday of every month, morning 10 to 5. And when Akashvani as a team came up for this, we immediately grabbed this opportunity, because see, we also have Bookaholics e-Cafe, okay, where we have online meets, where people who cannot attend for our physical meets can attend online. But now through this series, Voices from the Bookshelf, we want to target a larger audience who are still not aware of our existence, or who don't have access to these kind of discussions. We want to see, basically we want to discuss books with them. See, I understand that we don't know who our listeners are, but we want to talk about our favorite genres, and with the hope that from Voices from the Bookshelf is once again, us building a kind of a hope that, it would motivate more people to read. Because, sometimes when there might be still so many who are not even aware that we as a community exist in Mangalore, right? So basically our goal here is to further expand our reach. Yeah, I must thank you for this opportunity, by the way, because this is our first time here, and we want our listeners also to get motivated, and if they are interested, to join hands with us in this cause, building a reading community in Mangalore.
Thank you so much, Hasta, for joining us, and we wish all the best for
Thank
Bookaholics.
you so much.
You were listening to CA Hasta Narayan, interviewed by Latish Paldan. This is today's Voices from the Bookshelf. See you in the next episode.